Okay, I am sure I am not the only one right now with so many questions. What makes this chapter a little bit comedic is that everyone is exactly saying the same thing that I am doing. Yes, what the hell is going on here? I don't care if anyone else is writing like, oh yeah, he was the main villain. Because in the end, there were that hero cover that seemed to imply that. But yeah, fine, but it still doesn't answer the question. What the hell is going on here? I was really hoping that question would be answered. The fact that it's not is making things a little bit more annoying in a way. But here's me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, and this, well, it's the semi despair reviewer, and this is my review of Eden Zero, chapter 102. Last chapter was a doozy as it revealed that suddenly Shiki, the guy we all assumed to be a good character, was suddenly showing a side of him that was completely evil. And here, once again, it is shown the more evil side of his personality. But again, there is no single explanation on why it is like this. People are saying that, well, maybe he was always like this, but there seems to be some implication that, yeah, everything we knew about him was a lie, and everything that we thought we knew about him was an act. I don't know what. Either way, he tells Pino to come to him, and Pino begins to have an after effect in her memory, rebooting everything and saying that she is supposed to follow the will of her master. As suddenly Siggy destroys Graham Bell even more than he already has. I guess that is also creating a sad situation, because part of me wished that, oh, are we gonna see Michael being revived? Nah, now this is official. No more Michael, because Siggy completely destroyed the ground of Grambel, therefore sending every single robot into the abyss. And this also plays a little bit more of his hypocrisy. He says that he intends to rule mankind and he will free all robots. But the way he buried the dead robots right now, in a way I would call that completely disrespectful. Although if I'm feeling it, if I'm no right, I think he doesn't feel like this is disrespectful, meaning like they are dead, so I'm burying them with my own hands. Although there are some dialogue that says here that either you're with me or you're against me. And if you're against me, then I will destroy you. Because this is exactly what happens here. Pino begins to feel like she has a reboot memory, as everyone resonates here. But here comes the really heartwarming part: is that despite being in a shock of everything and saving Rebecca again, in a pretty nice scene at all. Even nicer scene is with the fact when Homer gets saved by Weiss, who, yes, he has rebuilt his Arsenal suit. Either way, the more nicest thing of it all is when Shiki responds to Pino saying like, follow what you want. You have a heart. What is it that you want? And that snaps Pino out of her rebooting system saying like she wants to go with you, master. That master being Shiki. This shows that you do not have to have a programming thing or something like that. Because you can defy it because you have a heart. This also implies that Shiki is someone meant to change everyone's opinion. But it's here that Shiki says, then die together with the rest of the humans. This solidifies Siggy as someone who says either you're with me or you're against me. As he destroys Granbell more, Eden Zero manages to rescue him, and everyone gets on the ship, but everyone is just so damn confused. What is going on here? What exactly is going on here? Wasn't he supposed to be dead? And here is the thing: no one of these questions are answered. This is exactly what I hate. I hate when we get so many questions and not getting answers, because that is just making things even more dangerous of it all. But the fact is, though, that Uh, what they are asking here is exactly what we are feeling. So in a way, it's justifiable because it's saying like we don't know what is going on here, and the four-star Shrine Maiden do not know what is going on here either. And things get even more confusing as the Eden 1 suddenly emits a ship. You can say, yes, Eden 0 has a more cool ship, but it seems Eden 0 was in the end a zero, a prototype for Eden 1, as we see Captain Connor say, reporting him. This shocks Rebecca even more because remember, she is the only one who actually remembers Connor from this timeline. And also, I wonder why is Connor serving Siggy? He said something like, uphold my promise. And Siggy says, of course, there are some humans I can use. And he seems to have a very sad disposition in this scenario. Is Rebecca going to use her memory that she had of him from the previous timeline to, well, correct everything? Something like that? I don't know. But what makes it even stranger is that we see Siggy again, and he's already completely rebuilt. I mean, when we saw him before, he was kind of rusty, broken, and things like that, but now he's completely repaired. Still with a sad screen, the biggest shock of it all is that he reveals he has one goal: to rule humanity and any bot that chooses to join them. That is basically summarizing Siggy's plot like either you're with me or you're against me. And that is, I guess, this solidifies. Yes, Siggy is the main antagonist of Eden Zero. A plot twist indeed, and there is no explanation on why it is that case. Was it always like that and we just didn't know? And is Elsie gonna join Siggy or is she gonna defy him? I mean, Siggy did say there are humans he can use, and he planned to rule humanity. But the biggest shock of it all is like he introduces something to the four star maidens, who he explained were nothing more than prototypes. He introduces the Demon King's four dark stars, the next the more advanced generation of four shining stars. And unlike the Star Shrine Maidens, these are all male robots. A male clown, who I have a feeling is going to be pretty sadistic. A stoic young man with a scepter. Maybe he is meant to be based on which. A creepy looking robot with a hunched back that seems to be more alien. Is he supposed to be based on Hermit or something? And finally, a big muscle like guy with an axe for a thing. Was he supposed to be based on Valkyrie? Either way, these are said to be more advanced, so I have a feeling they are gonna be an ass of a moment to defeat. The chapter ends with shock as Shiki just asks, "Didn't you teach me the value of friendship?" And Siggy just says, "I leave you the blessing of dying with your friends." Um, so yeah, this is one hell of a confusing chapter. What happened to Siggy? Was he always evil? And why? Everyone is asking the same question, and we have no explanation on why. I mean, Pino was almost about to do a reboot. I wonder if she knew how it was. Either way, there are four new ones, and as we know, only one of the four stars is human now. So it's very likely that they're gonna lose in a battle against these four ones. So what is gonna happen now? Siggy's gonna leave, and we're gonna see them another time. I don't know. All I know is that I am completely confused, and not in a good way, I mind you. If Siggy is the main antagonist of this manga, then fine. Although this is just gonna make his defeat all the more annoying because it's gonna be a very long while before we see his defeat. But if his goal is to rule mankind, then it would make sense that Shiki would be the perfect foil. Because Shiki is someone who accepts everything, and he even manages to snap Pino out of her out of her rewriting with his heart alone, which means that he is there. But here's the funny thing: Siggy mentions humankind. He doesn't mention alien kind, although maybe they also count. Regardless, there are too many questions right now, and we are left with very danger. Yes, Eden Zero looked more badass than Eden 1, but if Eden 1 was supposed to be the superior than Eden Zero, then we know for a fact that Ethereon is still there. Give me your thoughts if you have any.